Let's start 2021 in full force. Font pen review. Hey there, welcome. It's your host Amy from Pen Venture. I'm happy to have you back on the channel. Happy New Year. I know we just started a new year, 2021. I'm hoping for the best in this new year. And what better way to start this than with a very important font pen review. Today I have for you a review for a font pen from Stipula. None other than the Stipula Etruria Faceted Celluloid edition. The Stipula Etruria Faceted models are quite rare lately, and there is many years since I haven't seen them on the market in new condition, in true Pen Venture style, just like the other edition that you guys are most familiar with, the Stipula Etruria Alter Ego Celluloid in classic shape. This pen, I was fortunate enough to get a few pieces as new old stock from Stipula. There is a few more left in our stock. I'm gonna link the video up here with the review for the Stipula Etruria Alter Ego. You can find out more details there. I managed to secure a few pieces of the Stipula Etruria Faceted Celluloid for our inventory. Basically, you get a very iconic, vintage-inspired celluloid pen, limited edition, which is in mint condition. No use, nothing whatsoever, including warranty. So bonus points on that. Let's not make this video too long and get to see what we have inside the box. With Stipula, we don't have any fancy box. It is the plain box from Stipula, made from cardboard. Inside we find the font pen resting on a pen pillow quite securely. Under it we find the certificate of authenticity and the warranty details and information. And this is the beautiful Stipula Etruria Faceted in Champaign Celluloid. This is the first version that we receive on the website. Probably we will have access to different celluloids, but I'm not sure, even including resins. But again, I'm not sure. It depends on how things are moving in 2021 from Stipula. But for now, we received the first batch of 2 pens. There are more to come, not too many. I believe 6 pens are yet to come. The 2 pens are already sold. We look forward to getting the other 6 ones and having them on the website. I'm gonna walk you through the details of this font pen, then we will go into a size comparison in the end of writing sample. And here is where I want to say that it's interesting because this font pen is equipped with a 0.9 stub 14 karat Stiflex nib. I have to see, but as far as I remember, there isn't any writing samples with a 0.9 millimeter flexible stub nib on our channel, so it should be interesting. And this review is possible only by the courtesy of the client who acquired this font pen, which I'm grateful for. Thank you very much. So let's get going. This is the original model from Stipula. This is not exclusive to anyone, and Stipula recently found some pieces left and decided to assemble them into font pens, and we have a limited edition of only 18 pieces. Pretty much the basic shape cigar, but faceted. There are 9 facets, so the body is very balanced, and also the facets are not small. They are quite interesting in the way they are capturing the light. I'm gonna try to show you this. As you can see, it is like a work of art. The celluloid color is very similar in regards of its patterns with the Alter Ego, and I'm gonna put them side by side and show you this. We have the same structure of a crystal-like pattern on this font pens. Moving forward, a few information regarding the celluloid. If I'm not mistaken, this celluloid comes from Tibaldi. Probably most of you are quite familiar with the term Tibaldi, and most of all with the Tibaldi Imperio, which is as famous as the Arco celluloids from Omas. Beautiful celluloid. It is made from a very interesting combination of brown and blue The camera doesn't do justice to this fountain pen. If you see it in person, it's impressive. Brownish amber with blue in it, and it's stunning. Although it looks a bit more darker, in person it's a bit more lighter, warm to say. So we have the details. The dome shape of the cap is quite rounded. There is no sharp edges. All of the facets are polished to perfection by hand. Moving forward, we have the clip, which is the standard Stipula clip with the leaf motif, and it's made out of sterling silver 925. On both sides of the clip we have a few hallmarks for sterling silver and a few symbols which I think they are from the provenance of the craftsman that does this kind of work. The cap is tapering towards the finial. We have the facets starting to expand towards the 6 rings configuration for the cap band. They are well integrated and they flow quite well with the overall design of the cap and the pen, because it shows the edges of the facets very well, and I like that. There are 9 facets and 6 cap rings, so we have a number which is divided by 3. Again, interesting, at least for myself. Moving forward, we have a small area of the cap which allows the transition between the cap and the barrel to be much more smoother than probably ending abruptly. Let's uncap the fountain pen, and we have one complete turn and we uncap the pen. The cap is not that light and it features a inner metal cap. I hope the camera picks it up. Now let me show you the nib, and we have the in-house made 14 karat Stiflex nib. This is handmade by a person at Stipula. Each nib individually is crafted, then it is polished, stamped, then we have the tipping, which is welded by hand in the factory using a very special machine. These nibs are quite unique, flexy. They are not vintage flex, but they do allow line variation, and there are a lot of fun to write with. On the nib we have the Stipula imprint with the logo and the leaf motif, and on the right shoulder of the nib we find stamped the size. And here I would like to mention, if you don't find a actual engraving or stamping on the right shoulder of the nib, that means that the size of that nib is ultra extra fine. Those nibs are not stamped. We have, as with other Stipula models, a plastic feed or ABS feed, which offers a very rich and consistent ink flow. There is no problems. To be honest, I haven't felt the need for ebonite feeds in regards of using Etruria fountain pens. If you have Stiflex nibs, they work quite well with ABS plastic feed. There is no need for having a ebonite feed for that ink flow. I haven't seen big differences between plastic and ebonite, at least when it comes to Stipula. Different from other fountain pens, we have the capping threads at the beginning of the section right here, and they're not sharp. They are very comfortable, and I don't know many people that hold the fountain pen that close to the section edge in order to find them uncomfortable. I do know many people that hold the fountain pen much more higher, so in many ways it's probably better to have the section featuring the threads at the beginning right here. The shape of the section is quite ergonomic. It's flaring towards both ends, towards the nib and towards the barrel. In the middle it feels very, very comfortable. If you hold the pen like this, it won't make you feel that the fountain pen is uncomfortable. Uncapped, the fountain pen is quite balanced. I would add that it has a touch more weight towards the back end than towards the nib. It doesn't produce a very, very pronounced effect on the writing experience. The transition from the section towards the cap quite flushed. There is no big step up. There is no hard edges or surfaces that can make you feel that the pen is rugged, and it's very, very flowing in the way it transitions from the section towards the barrel. Then we have the barrel of the font pen, which starts at the thickest point right here. It is tapering slowly towards the piston knob. We have the same facets. The barrel shows the true beauty of this celluloid material. We have engraved stipula made in Italy. It is engraved right here, and the engraving is facing the nib slit. When you hold the pen like this, you will see the engraving right here in your view. On the opposite side, we have the limited edition number 04 of 18. I think we will be the only store that will have them for retail, these font pens from this edition. If we move towards the end of the barrel, we get to the piston knob. The piston knob transitions towards the barrel seamlessly. There is no rings, there is no step up, step down, there is no hard surfaces. All of the facets align. So for example, I've seen early editions of the Stipula Etruria Faceted that had the sides not aligning. So if you put a pen like this, all of the sides align. So bonus points on that. To operate this piston filling mechanism, you actually are required to apply a little bit more, let's say, strength to move the piston knob. And this is common with 99% of the stipula that I tried, so I think it's some sort of a trait for stipula piston filling mechanisms. Nevertheless, it's the same bulletproof piston filling mechanism from stipula, and it works backwards. So for example, if you want to draw ink, you will untwist the piston knob, and if you want to expel ink, you will actually screw clockwise. So it's the other way around of any other normal piston filling mechanism that I've tried or experienced. Well, those are the details of the Stipula Etruria Faceted in Champaign Celluloid. Now I would like to go into a size comparison so you guys can see this font pen side by side with other more familiar models, so you can have a broader understanding of its size, how it sits, if it's thicker, if it's thinner, longer, shorter. You will see that. Then we will go into a writing sample, and in the end I will share some thoughts regarding this font pen. Here we have the Faceted Etruria standing next to other pen models. From left to right we have Leonardo Momento Zero Grande Primary Manipulation, Stipula Etruria Classic Alter Ego, Stipula Etruria Faceted in Champaign Celluloid, Scribo Feel Zucca, Cross Peerless Darth Vader, and Visconti Pen Venture Exclusive Homo Sapiens. Now let's have some measurements. The font pen capped measures 146 millimeters, uncapped 127 millimeters. The total weight of the font pen capped and fully inked is 40 grams, and uncapped is 24 grams. We have the pen, and this is the Stipula Etruria Faceted in Champaign Celluloid. We have the ink, and this is a gorgeous matching ink, and this is Leonardo Sepia, and the nib is 14 karat gold Stiflex, and this is a 0.9 millimeter stub. Now let me show you the wetness of this nib. So here we go, and this is one pass. This is a quite wet writer, although this is a dry ink, and it proves that by showing how much shading you can have with this ink, but again is quite wet for a stub nib. And let me show you some line variation. This is natural only with the help of the grind, and as you can probably see, the horizontal cross lines are a bit more thinner and the vertical ones are a bit more girthy. So we have natural line variation. Now I would like to show you how this looks into a figure of 8. This is normal. And now let's do some flexing. Wow, simply amazing. We go from a, let's say, medium to a double broad. And now let's do some fast writing. I'm gonna move this paper like so. And let's go. We have the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Smooth, wet, very, very interesting. There is no hard starts, no problems, nothing whatsoever. We don't have anything else but a pleasant writing experience. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the writing sample, at least I did. And this Stipula Stiflex 14 karat gold nibs are I like them a lot. You have a stub nib which offers natural line variation by the way it is ground, the tipping is ground, and also you have flexibility and increased line variation when you apply pressure. Combine that with a rich ink flow like you've seen and you have a wonderful writer. The way this fountain pen is created, it is a very high-end daily writer, to say so. Again, this is a new old stock, so you won't have any problems of functionality. The inner works are new, the material is well cured, the celluloid parts of this fountain pens are cut and left to cure for many years, so you will not run into problems that are with some celluloids, like for example warping, cracking or crumbling. This is a very good and interesting fountain pen if you're looking for something very exotic. We have celluloid, we have sterling silver trims, we have a in-house handmade 14 karat gold nib which is flexible. We have piston, we have only 18 pieces, and when you put everything together you get a lot of bang for your buck. It is not cheap, but again, you can't find it anywhere else selling in this condition. I consider it to be a grail pen, at least for myself. So if you are looking for one, you need to go at the link down below and order it, because they won't stick around for too long. After placing an order, you can send me an email. Down below you will find my details and you can let me know how would you like the nib to write. Wet, dry, with a hint of a feedback, very smooth. I'm gonna take those references and adjust your nib according to your specifications. Well, this is it. This is what I have for you. And excuse me if I'm a bit more rusty than usual, because I've been sitting around for the past 2 weeks without recording, so I'm a bit rusty. Probably my English is not that perfect. I'm gonna get in the saddle, and for 2021 I'm gonna prepare a lot of new and interesting content for everyone. If you want to support me doing videos like this, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. This will help us with the algorithm to reach out to many more just like you. If you want to be part of the Pen Venture family and support me, subscribe to the channel by clicking here and turn the notification bell on. And if you want to see another very interesting video from Pen Venture and myself, click on this one and watch it. And also let me know what you think about it. My name is Emi and I look forward to seeing you next video. Bye bye.